Listen closely. Most men completely overlook the signs when a woman is starting to fall for them. They're so focused on trying to impress her, analyzing every message, and figuring out whether she's interested, that they miss the moments when she's already emotionally invested. And here's the surprising part. When a woman is truly falling hard, she doesn't always make it obvious. In fact, the deeper her feelings go, the more subtle her signals often become. But there's one sign that psychologists say is nearly impossible to fake, and when you recognize it, you'll know with certainty that she's already fallen for you. I'll reveal it at the end, and it's not what you expect. Why? Because she's protecting herself. She's afraid. She hopes you'll understand without her having to say everything directly. I'm going to walk you through the psychological signs that show she's not just interested, she's emotionally invested. She's developed real feelings, and she quietly hopes you feel the same way. I'll also reveal the mistake most men make, the one that causes a woman to completely hide her feelings, even if she's deeply in love. By the end, you'll know exactly what to look for, the behaviors most men ignore, the signals hiding in plain sight. And once you see them, you'll realize she's been saying, "I'm falling for you," without ever using those words. Let's start with the most misunderstood sign, the one that makes it seem like she's pulling away, when in reality, she's trying to hold herself together because you make her nervous. But before that, you need to understand why your brain is wired to miss these signs, and why, in a way, that protects you. Picture this. She laughs at your jokes, but when you look at her, she looks away. Sometimes she texts you first, but her replies feel careful, almost edited. She agrees to spend time with you, but when you're alone together, she seems a bit nervous or restless. You might assume she's just being friendly, or that she's not that into you. So you start to pull back to avoid misreading the situation. But what you don't realize is this, that nervousness isn't disinterest. It's the opposite. It's her trying to hide how much she actually cares. Now here's where it gets interesting. Psychologists explain that there's a neurological reason for this. Men and women process emotional signals differently. Here's what many men don't understand. When a woman is casually interested, she's relaxed, playful, and expressive. But when she starts falling for you, everything shifts. She becomes more careful. She overthinks. She doesn't want to come on too strong and risk pushing you away. Why? Because now it matters. It's no longer casual. The stakes are real. And here's something that sounds counterintuitive, but research supports it. When her feelings pass a certain point, her behavior can actually resemble disinterest. It's a defense mechanism so strong that she may not even be aware of it. That shift, from relaxed to cautious, isn't her losing interest. It's her trying not to lose you. Women are naturally inclined to protect their emotions, especially in situations where vulnerability feels risky. So when her feelings deepen, her mind goes into protection mode. She replays conversations. She analyzes interactions. She asks herself, does he feel the same? Or am I about to embarrass myself? But there's something even more fascinating. Neuroscientists have found that when a woman falls deeply for someone, a specific area of her brain becomes highly active, the same area linked to obsessive thinking. At a neurological level, she's constantly thinking about you, and all of that internal intensity shows up externally as hesitation. But it's not hesitation about you. It's hesitation about revealing just how deeply she's already invested. So if you want to understand whether she's falling for you, don't just listen to what she says. Watch what she does, especially when she thinks you're not paying attention. Because there's a behavior women show when they're alone that reveals everything. We'll get to that shortly. But first, let's break down the real signs that no one talks about. Sign number 1. She remembers everything. Not just what she remembers, But when she brings it up, every small detail you've shared, a random story from your childhood, your favorite food, something you once said you wanted to try, she stores it all. Why? Because you matter to her. Her mind is subconsciously collecting pieces of you, building a full picture of who you are. And the most telling part is when she mentions these things later. She'll casually bring up something you said weeks ago as if it's no big deal. But it is a big deal. It shows she's thinking about you, even when you're not around. Sign number 2. She finds ways to be near you, not in an obvious way. She's not going to chase you openly, but somehow she keeps appearing in your space. You mention a place. You see her there. In a group setting, she moves closer to you. She chooses similar paths, similar activities, and when she's near you, she maintains a certain distance, not too close, not too far. That distance reflects how she feels internally, drawn to you, but slightly cautious. It's instinctive. When we're attracted to someone, we naturally reduce physical distance. She's not consciously planning it. Her body is simply drawn toward yours. Sign number 3. She gets nervous in a specific way. Not uncomfortable, just affected. She plays with her hair, touches her neck, adjusts her jewelry. Her voice may subtly change. These are self-soothing behaviors. Her body is reacting to your presence, and she's trying to calm herself without making it obvious. And sometimes, she repeats a specific gesture that signals she's holding back the urge to touch you. But many men misread this as disinterest, when in reality, her body is expressing what her words are hiding. Sign number 4. She values your opinion. She asks what you think about things that matter to her, her decisions, her choices, her interests, and she doesn't just listen, she considers it. She reflects on it. Sometimes she even changes her mind. That means she respects your perspective. She's allowing you to influence her world, and that only happens when someone truly matters. Now, the ultimate sign, the one that confirms everything. She starts caring about your well-being more than her own comfort. She makes efforts for you. She shows up when you need her. She supports you. This is what psychologists call costly signaling. She invests time, energy, even sacrifices her own comfort. And people only do that when their feelings are deep and genuine. At that point, she's not falling anymore. She's already fallen. And that body language detail? If her feet are pointed toward you, even when she's talking to someone else, her attention is subconsciously focused on you. And that phrase that sounds like a friend zone, "You're important to me," or "I don't want to lose you," that's not distance. That's fear of losing you. Finally, the mistake most men make. They don't respond to her small efforts. They overlook her gestures. They ignore her emotional openness, and that sends a message. It's not safe for her to show how much she cares. So she pulls back. What does all this mean? When a woman is falling in love, she's experiencing a mix of emotions: excitement, fear, hope, vulnerability. She wants you to notice without having to risk everything. So she leaves subtle clues. And if you're seeing several of these signs, she's not just interested. She's deeply invested. Now the real question is, what are you going to do? If you feel the same, show it. Don't leave her in doubt. And if you don't, be honest. But don't take advantage of her feelings. Now you have clarity most men never get. If this resonated with you, drop a comment saying, "Thank you," and subscribe, because what's coming next will reveal another side you don't want to miss.